the charter and the state law of Tennessee does allow some flexibility in setting up a process to appointing people to fill vacated spots, correct?
That's true.
So there is some flexibility there where there might be some public input or public scrutiny. I'd rather use the word public scrutiny of appointees we might make. And with all due respect to your resolution, which, like I said, I agree with much of it, I want to offer a substitute motion that basically takes out the non-binding vote. This substitute motion would spell out a process that would lead to an appointment by this commission for these 12 positions. I want to specify that the 8 county commission posts that vacated would be left to the district commissioners to decide if they wanted to have public meetings within their district and so forth. I want to speak specifically to the 4 countywide offices. Because these posts are extremely important and have such wide range impact on our county, I think there is a need for some public scrutiny of those who seek these jobs through the appointment process. So I would first, in this substitute motion, ask that in lieu of this special meeting as called by Chairman Moore on the 31st of January, that he withdraw that, and that we instead, that he direct the county commission office to post on the website notice that these spots will be vacated, and anyone interested should, if they wish to seek these spots, notify the office of their interest, whether it be verbal notification or written notification. There's nothing legal we can do to require notification. Secondly, I request that on this substitute motion that we set a deadline for the request for interest. I make this as a request because there is legally no way we can prevent someone from being nominated from the floor the day of the appointments. I recognize that. That is just something we'll have to live with in the state law, but we can request people give us notice of their interest. I also put in this substitute resolution that that deadline for requests be made by February 5th, which is a Monday, and that subsequently the commission office notify the rest of this commission of those people interested in these 4 countywide offices. I also ask that the chairman set aside a night for public hearings for those who have who've shown interest in these positions, where we can hear their qualifications for the job. They can come in front of us, where we can ask questions. The media can record their answers and broadcast them and publish them in the newspaper. And there will be some level of public scrutiny. And then I, in this substitute motion, ask that the chairman call a special session of the county commission after these public hearings, sometime between the time of those public hearings and the next commission meeting scheduled for February, which is the 26th, whereas we would vote on the appointments to these offices. Again, I want to put down that these are for the 4 countywide offices. I'm not seeking to have the commission candidates for appointment interview with all of us. I think that would be a very cumbersome process and time-consuming. But I do think we should have public hearings where we allow people interested in those countywide offices to come before us in a workshop or a public hearing. And I am correct in saying that we can, under the charter law and state of Tennessee law, can put together such a process. Correct, Mr. Law Director?
You can, and as part of your substitute motion, you're also incorporating the provisions in the charter and our rules as far as making the appointments?
Correct. I am. And I will seek a second and then explain why I'm doing this.
I'll second this motion to get it on the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Commissioner Hammond. Again, as Commissioner Smith pointed out, I think there does need to be some level of public scrutiny. Ultimately, the decision will be ours. While a public plebiscite would be helpful, I think it does come at a cost, where we could probably do it through public hearings and get feedback from the community on these 4 countywide spots. I think public hearings are necessary for this very reason, that the credibility of our county government has come under question over these last 9 months. The idea that maybe backroom deals have been done and so on and so forth has certainly brought that credibility into further scrutiny. While I do not acknowledge or know of any specific deals, and I'm not speaking on behalf of any candidates for these offices, I'm just simply stating this is a way in which we can restore some credibility and transparency to this process and credibility to our government while staying within state law and charter law.
Okay, Commissioner Pinkston.
I think we're having input in this through the commissioners. Every commissioner that is being ousted up here is having a vote. I feel like every district here knows what the people in their district want, the commissioners here in their district. And I just see no reason to change these rules. Now, we're not appointing Supreme Court justices here for life. We're supporting appointing people to the next election. We need to save this county, like I said, all the money we can. The people are not being disenfranchised, because I don't know about the 4th district up there, Mr. Guggenheim, but or the 2nd either, but the 9th district is well represented, I think, by the vote we got, and I feel like the people trust us to make the right decisions, and I think we should do this because this is our job. What are we going to do? Every time we come up on a tough issue, are we going to notify Jamie Haygood and Senator Burchett to, well, Jamie Woodson, let me correct that, Senator Woodson now, and Burchett to make the decision for us? If you don't, let me tell you something. There's 4 people on this commission right now that the people corrected the last election that have been elected. Have faith in the people in the process. This is the process we're supposed to follow, and the election is a process the people follow. And I just think we need to do what the law says and have faith in the people. If we appoint anybody, they can vote them out. That has happened before. We appointed a judge here not too long ago, and the people corrected us at the post. That's all I have to say.
Okay, Commissioner Ballard.
Yeah. Point of clarification. I think Mark Harmon made a resolution, or was he in fact making a substitute motion? Then, secondly, John, I think, sort of went along with that, except to lead out the non-binding referendum. Who's got a motion on the floor today?
Commissioner Smith's motion's on the floor. He has substitute motion.
Does Mark have one?
No, not right now. We have to vote on the substitute motion first.
Mine fails to go back.
Yeah, if his fails, then we go back to mine and vote.
Are you done? Okay, Commissioner Smith.
Commissioner Smith, what I was hearing there, give me the time for the commissioners. What was your timetable again? I've got some. I'll go back and ask.
Nothing's set in stone here. Just to put some dates there, I put as a request for interest. Let's affirm that request for interest into the 4 countywide offices of sheriff, trustee, clerk, and trustee, the 5th of February, which then would allow for commissioners to be sent any material that was sent in, copies of that, and then direct the chairman to set a time for a public hearing that would occur sometime between the 5th of February and, I apologize, the 19th, or excuse me, sometime after the 5th of February, but before our next scheduled county commission meeting of the 26th. I presume that he would probably do so a little bit before that meeting, and then once that public hearing has been held, that we would have a special call meeting set by the chairman of the county commission sometime before the 26th regular scheduled commission meeting. Therefore, anybody we appoint will begin service the 26th of February. Excuse me, they will attend their first meeting the 26th of February. Does that help?
Yeah, that's for the 4 officers. What was your plan for the county commission?
My plan for the county commissions, they would be appointed that same day of the.
Were you going to hold public meetings for that?
Not for that. No, I think that is a cumbersome process. It may require too much time, and if I will just leave it to the discretion of the district commissioners to decide if they want to have public meetings and go about how they choose their nominees.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you've got a hard job to do here. If we do come up and say what Mr. Harmon was saying over there, that wants to go back into the committee, I would hope that, and I'm assuming they'll let the rest of us know so we can attend these meetings also and be there, so we help formulate our opinions, because just like what he said, it's going to come back to us. We're going to be the ones to make the vote. Commissioners, I'm proud to be a commissioner.